guys, Matt with Busted Knuckle, and I'm coming back to you for another ride and review, and this time we are in a 2022 Pro R from Polaris, and this is their launch edition, aka their ultimate, and it has all the bells and whistles. You've probably seen before, a few months back, we did a 4-seater. Well, this 2-seater we're gonna have for 3 months, and we're gonna do a lot of cool stuff with it, so stay tuned. Short and sweet, since we already did the one review on the 4-seater, and most of the stuff is exactly the same. The 2-seater comes in at around 2,000 pounds, same 1997 cc, 225 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine, whole new engine for this vehicle. It has its own rear diff, it has a bigger front diff, and an alternator, a crazy toe link suspension in the rear, so it has a link that goes actually through the trailing arm itself, big box A-arms up front, all kinds of new stuff, and the thing is, they don't feel crazy powerful because they weigh 2,000 pounds, but they have 225 naturally aspirated horsepower, and I can't wait to find somebody's going to put a turbo kit on one of these, and I think it's going to be able to handle it. Now, one big difference is they finally gave us the wheelbase the hill climb guys in the Southeast have always wanted. This is about the wheelbase that we do on Razor buggies. It's a 104-inch wheelbase, 104.5, close enough. Another thing you'll notice on the Pro R is this is one of their first fully welded one-piece roll cages. Probably the sturdiest cage you've ever seen on a Razor.
At least on a stock one.
At least on a stock one. The cool thing about the Ultimate is they have this new Dynamics DV setup, and basically you can go through Baja mode, rock mode, track mode, and comfort. It changes the level of the suspension, making it higher when you're on comfort, or rock mode, making it a little higher, and then track mode a little lower, and adjust the suspension while you're racing around the track or going up some rocks. And then it also has another mode up here on the dash that does throttle control. That's rock. You got rock, race, and sport, and that's all throttle control with that switch, which is kind of weird because the switch is over here and controls this, and then the one on the steering wheel controls this over here. But I mean, it's buttons to play with to see how it works, and we're gonna do that now. Alright, that was rock mode on the throttle as well as the dynamics, and it actually helps a lot because you don't need all 225 horsepower when you're doing technical rock crawl and stuff like that. But that's enough of the slow stuff. Let's see how fast this thing can go down the trail. right, folks, it did good. Baja mode, race on the throttle, and it does really good in the high-speed turns on the trails, but now we're gonna go do some more technical rock stuff, see how it does.
catching the trailing arm like maybe that far before your tire. So it's close.
I'll tell you, the 104-inch wheelbase and having the long travel, the rock mode, and throttle control makes this thing a weapon in the rocks. I'm very impressed. It just needs some sticky tires now. All right, this is a little spot we call Little Moab. We've got some nice slick rock climbs that are fairly steep, and this is when that 104-inch wheelbase really comes into play. Well, looks like the wheelbase works out pretty good. These stock tires are not bad. Sometimes you gotta smoke them a little bit to get them to grip, but we'll, this thing really needs some sticky tires, but we'll wait for that, because now we're gonna go see what it can really do, and that's its favorite spot. That's the track.
Track. Let's go to the track. Oh!
Well, she is an absolute animal on the track. I found myself hitting this huge jump and hitting the oh crap red button here on the steering wheel. It's supposed to take everything to full firm so it wouldn't bottom out, but it's like you can't get out of shape. It's very confidence inspiring, because you rail that berm down there at the end and you feel like you're gonna get out of control, but it just stays planted all the way around and off the next jump. Like, it's probably the fastest thing I've ever driven on this track. Trying to get stuff done.
Just trying to make videos.
Just trying to make videos, you know.
And then military's out here. Go faster.
And that's why they don't let me have things like that, because I would have jumped it.
Yeah, for sure would have jumped that. Track goes this way.
They got some kind of little loop they're doing. All right, the track is not in the best of shape, but we're gonna do our normal thing, and we're gonna do a timed lap on this thing and just see how fast of a time we can throw down. I still think it's gonna be pretty close, if not the fastest thing we've driven here. All right, folks, let's see what kind of lap time we can make in this bad boy. I got it in 3-wheel drive, so it's got an open front diff. I think that'll make it a little quicker if I don't have to slide around any turns. We will see, but time starts as soon as I go over the tabletop. we'll see what this thing can do.
All right. Pretty quick.
It felt fast. 147.69. Okay. I don't know how that stacks up the rest of the times. We'll have to look, but that felt fast.
It looked fast.
For a rough track with military vehicles making mud holes. All right, after a few hours of absolutely thrashing on this machine, it does excellent in the rocks. It does really good on hill climbs, fast in the woods, and it ate up this track. I am super impressed with this machine. All right, so pros and cons on this particular machine. I'll start off with the cons. The first big con for me is the shifter is super sloppy. It's probably the worst shifter I've felt in a side-by-side. I'm sure an aftermarket company will come out with a gated one and take care of that problem, so maybe not as big of a deal as I think. Second con is the sound of this thing. It takes some getting used to being in most Polaris machines for a long time. It sounds different. It sounds a lot like a Can-Am. And then when you cut it off, it's just got this weird like shaky, like you just cut off a Volkswagen Beetle or something. So I don't really love that. Another con is the price. I mean, I don't know if you can build a Pro XP long travel like this one with a little bit less budget and be competitive or not, but stay tuned, we might be doing that too. And as far as pros, plenty of power. Like, it absolutely has plenty of power. The suspension is unlike any other machine that I've driven before. And then, of course, with this being a dynamics and all the nice bells and whistles package, having the ride command, all the different ride modes. So if you're somebody that likes gadgets and buttons and stuff like that, it's good to have this machine and have all the options that you can do. Of course, when we were riding around, he was keeping up with me and he plugged himself into the ride command system, so I could go ahead of him and not worry about him being, you know, right behind me or having to wait on him or anything like that, or just leaving him in my dust trail. So that was nice to have. Rear view camera was nice to have for the same reason. So the bells and whistles on this machine are definitely worth it to me. But stay tuned. Can't wait to test it out some more.
Man, you had too much Monster this morning or something?
What do you got to say about it?
What he was really trying to say was the ride command was nice because I'm old and slow, and he could keep up where Pawpaw was at any time during the ride.
North Star pulls.
Yeah, it pulls some air conditioning is what it pulls.
Yes, it does.
Matter of fact.
See ya.
We're gonna have this one for about 3 months, and we've got a lot of fun testing we're gonna do. We're gonna throw some paddle tires on it, take it to the dunes, and then I got a set of 35 stickies and bead locks to put on it so we can see how good of a rock crawler this machine is, or if it belongs out west in the dunes. So stay tuned for all that. And let us know in the comments if you have any questions about this machine, and be sure to check out our full review of the 4-seater Pro R that we did a few months back.
Better hurry, he's making a turn. He's making a turn.
I wouldn't get on the ramp. He's gonna see if he can get this guy. He doesn't trust it. Hey, there he goes. He got the tires off the ground.